Some doors open with force. Others open when you say the right name. Today, speak the right name. It is November 19th. The mega speech is over. Mercury leaves the noise of Sagittarius and enters the surgical silence of Scorpio. The era of the story has ended. The era of definition has begun. In ancient magic, knowing the true name of a thing gave you total control over it. If you knew the demon's name, it obeyed you. If you knew the angel's name, it descended. Today, this rule applies to your immediate reality. The universe has stopped accepting vague narratives. It no longer responds to, "I am trying," "I wanted to see if it would work," or "I'm kind of confused." That is noise. Your life's operating system now demands an exact term. If you call your moment a crisis, it knocks you down. If you baptize it recalibration, it serves you. You do not describe reality, you institute it. What we will do here is an elegant operation. We will stop fighting against walls and use the master key, precision. I will teach you to exchange the vague narrative for the term of power, to baptize the nameless objects that drain your energy, and to use the reality clause, to open paths that seemed locked. A single precise naming reconfigures your entire week. The code starts now. Most people do not live in reality, they live in the myth. They don't have a financial problem, they have a complicated history with money. They don't have a delayed project, they have an ancestral creative block. They don't have a bad relationship, they have a complex soul connection. While Mercury was in Sagittarius, this myth was allowed. The story could be wide, exaggerated, full of curves. But today, the key has turned. We have entered Scorpio, and the rule of the underground is clear. The myth drains. The name staunches. The first step of our operation is to exit the myth and enter the definition. The universe operates like a high-security database. If you type a vague command, the system returns an error or a loop. If you say, "I am trying to improve," the system understands that your identity is that of a trier, and it will give you more opportunities to try and fail and try again. Trying is a myth. Improving is a myth. These are words without edges. They have no date, no color, no end. They are energy vampires. Today, we will exchange the vague narrative for the term of power. The term of power is not positive thinking. It is not looking at a debt and calling it abundance. That is delusion. The term of power is the technical, cold, and exact description of what is happening, stripped of the emotional charge that paralyzes you. Let's hack your immediate vocabulary. First, eliminate the word confusion. I am so confused about what to do. No, you are not. Confusion is the name you give to the fear of owning a loss. When you call it confusion, you give yourself permission to stay still, spinning in circles, waiting for divine clarity. Change the name. The true name is data collection or pending decision. If it is data collection, you go out and seek the missing information. If it is pending decision, you choose A or B. Do you see? The correct name kills the drama and demands movement. Second, eliminate the word project for things that never move. I have a project to write a book. This name is a graveyard. Project is something that lives in the future, in a dusty folder of your mind. Change the name. The true name is task or delivery. I have a delivery of 500 words today at 6 p.m. The system understands this. This opens the door. Project is a myth. Delivery at 6 p.m. is a contract. Reality respects contracts. Third, and the most lethal, eliminate "I'm looking into it." Someone invites you and you say, "I'll see." problem appears and you say, "I'm seeing what to do." Seeing is the passive state. It is the spectator. While you see, life happens to you, not by you. Change the name. The true name is analysis or execution. I am in analysis until noon. This defines a window. I am in execution. This defines a state. The physics behind this is simple. Energy follows definition. When you use a vague term, your energy leaks through the edges. It dissipates in the fog of your own narrative. You end the day exhausted, not because you worked hard, but because you spent the day sustaining the story that it is hard. When you use the term of power, you create a container. The energy hits the walls of the word and comes back to you as propulsion. Take the test now, while you listen to me. Think of the area of your life that is stuck. What is the name you have been giving it? Is it a sad name? Is it a victim name? Is it a vague name? My complicated relationship. My struggle with the scale. My financial block. Stop, delete the file, rename it now. My contract renegotiation. My workout routine at 7 a.m. My spending audit. Feel the difference? The drama has left. Dignity has returned. The ancestral weight has disappeared, and what remains is a to-do list. This is urban magic. It is the ability to look at the monster, call it by its scientific name, and see it turn into just an animal that can be tamed. From today on, your mouth does not tell stories. It issues coordinates. You do not describe the problem, you define the target. The myth is over. Now that you have learned the syntax, exchanging the myth for the term of power, we need to look at your inventory. In any rescue operation, the greatest danger is not the security system. It is the unidentified objects. What you carry in your backpack without knowing what it is, if it's bad or if it's worth gold. In your life, these objects are the nameless situations. They are those gray areas, those lukewarm relationships, those projects that neither die nor are born. They live in limbo, and because they have no name, they have a free pass to drain your battery in the background, 24 hours a day. They are corrupted files that crash the operating system. Mercury in Scorpio does not tolerate limbo. Today's rule is brutal and liberating. If it doesn't have a name, it doesn't exist. Either you baptize it or you delete it. Let's identify the 3 most common magic objects you are probably carrying right now, and let's give them an identification badge. The first object is the almost something. Usually, it's a person, a relationship. It's not dating, it's not friendship, it's not just business. It's an entanglement. It's that conversation that has been dragging on for months, full of subtext, where no one has the courage to say what they want. You call this a complicated connection. The system calls this a leak. As long as this relationship has no name, it occupies the space of a real relationship. It keeps you on hold. Today, you will baptize this object. Take it out of the fog. If it is just sex, the name is temporary fun. If it is a power negotiation, the name is chess game. If it is someone who will not give you what you want, the name is dead file. The moment you look at the soul connection and call it temporary fun, the magic of chaos breaks. The anxiety disappears. You know what to expect. You know how much to invest. Little. The object stops being haunted and becomes just an item on the shelf. The second object is the ghost project. It's that idea you had 2 years ago. I'm going to start my channel. I'm going to write my book. I'm going to change fields. You do nothing about it, but you also don't let go. You carry this idea like a dead pet. Every time you think about it, you feel a pang of guilt. You tell yourself, it's my dream. No, it isn't. Dreams that don't move are weights. Today, baptize the ghost. Face the technical reality. Are you going to do this in the next 4 weeks? If yes, the name is Priority 1, and it gets a date. If no, the name is Archived Idea, or even better, Discard. Have the cold courage of Scorpio to look at an old dream and say, this no longer serves who I am today. Baptize it, past, bury it. The relief of admitting you are not going to write that book now frees up a massive amount of energy for what you are going to do. The third object is the pet doubt. It is that chronic worry you revisit every night. Should I have moved cities? Do they like me? Will it work out? You treat this doubt as if it were a deep analysis. You think you are being prudent. In reality, you're running an infinite loop script. This doubt is not a thought. It is an addiction. Baptize the doubt. Give it a technical name. Call it background noise or side effect of tiredness. When the doubt arises at 11 p.m., instead of inviting it to sit and talk, you look at it, see the background noise badge and say, it's just the noise, and move on. You take the prophetic authority away from fear and demote it to engine noise. This is what it means to deal with magic objects. You take away the mystery. You take away the sacred aura of your confusion. By naming these 3 things, the relationship, the project, the fear, you make them solid. Solid things can be moved, can be organized, can be thrown away. Gaseous things, nameless, suffocate you. Do the inventory now. Look at your mental desk. What is there without a label? Take Mercury's label maker, stick the name on the problem's forehead. This is fear. This is boredom. This is a test. Done. Now you are no longer a victim of the weather. You are a stock manager. And a manager knows exactly what has value and what is just taking up space. You removed the myth. You baptized the ghost objects. Now let's go to the technical part of our operation. Let's insert the coordinates. In any system of magic or programming, an isolated name is just a label. If you type money into the universe's system, it might return a dime found on the street. Technically, the system fulfilled the request. The name was right, but the syntax was incomplete. For the name to become an open door, it needs a surname. It needs a reality clause. The clause is the criterion that transforms a vague desire into a force vector. It is the difference between saying, I want to travel, dream, and I am going to Paris next Tuesday, plan. The universe, as well as your unconscious mind, does not respect dreams, it respects plans. It respects specificity. Mercury in Scorpio is the master of fine print. The power is not in the headline, it is in the contract. Today, you will add 3 types of clauses to the names you created. The first, and most urgent, is the time clause. Most of your problems exist because they are eternal. I am solving this. When? Until when? An endless task is a prison. Add time. The name focused work is weak. The name focused work from 9 CRA to 10 to 30 AM is a spell. When you place the time clause, you create an airtight container. Your energy knows it doesn't need to sustain that effort forever. It only needs to sustain it for 90 minutes. This allows you to use maximum power. Suffering becomes grief processed until Sunday night. You give pain a deadline. You tell your psyche it can hurt, but on Monday at 8 AM, the function changes. This is not coldness, it is containment. Scorpio's water needs a glass, otherwise it becomes a flood. Time is the glass. The second is the context clause. Where does this happen? Under what conditions? You say, "I want to rest," but you lie in bed with your phone, answering emails with the TV on. You didn't name the context, so chaos occupied the space. Apply the clause. The name is not rest. The name is airplane mode on the balcony. The clause defines the rule of the game. Difficult conversation becomes difficult conversation at the kitchen table. No yelling. By defining the context, you pre-approve the scenario. You remove the variable of chance. You stop being surprised by reality because you already designed it before entering it. The third is the currency clause. How much does it cost? What do I pay and what do I receive? Often, we enter situations helping a friend, doing a favor, without defining the cost, and we leave drained, feeling we were robbed. We were robbed because we left the safe open without a price tag. Name the cost. Help becomes 30-minute pro bono consulting. Favor becomes one-time loan without expectation of return. When you add the currency clause, resentment disappears. You know exactly what you are delivering. If the price is too high, the clause itself warns you not to go. The operations formula is simple. Name plus clause, door. Test it with that magic object you identified in the previous chapter. Let's say it was the Ghost Project, which you renamed Priority 1. It is still loose. Apply the clauses. Name, Priority 1, write the article. Time clause, today from 8 to 9 p.m. Context, clause, in the office with the phone in another room. Currency clause, cost of 1 hour of leisure, return of a feeling of duty accomplished. Suddenly, that is no longer a scary idea floating above your head. It is a block of reality. It is a command instruction. It is something you can pick up, execute, and finish. The beauty of the reality clause is that it kills anxiety. Anxiety lives in the what if, in the blank space, in the unspoken. The clause fills in the blank space. It removes the doubt and inserts the instruction. From now on, do not accept loose names. Do not accept invitations without a date. Let's set something up sometime. Do not accept projects without scope. Do not accept feelings without an expiration date. Demand the clause. Ask the world and yourself. When? Where? How? How much? If the answer is, I don't know, it is not an opportunity, it is a trap. The name opens the door. The clause ensures you enter and exit safely. You have the name, you have the clause. The system is programmed. Now we enter the golden rule of any high-level operation, whether an operation or a magic ritual, operational silence. Until yesterday with Mercury in Sagittarius, the temptation was to announce. You had an idea and immediately told 3 people. You decided to change a habit and posted about it. You felt an emotion and needed to discuss it. That is over. In Scorpio, the announcement is a leak. The physics behind this is brutally simple. Pressure generates movement. Leakage kills pressure. Think of your intention as steam inside a boiler. If you keep the boiler closed, silence, the pressure rises and moves the gear, moves reality. If you open the valve to tell a friend or explain your process, the steam escapes. The pressure drops. The engine stops. How many times have you killed a project simply by talking too much about it? You received the dopamine of social validation before doing the actual work. The universe understood that the task was already completed because you already celebrated the intention. Today, the rule changes. You do not announce the plan, you execute the movement. Operational silence also serves to protect your new definition. Remember, you have just renamed your reality. The name is still fresh. The ink is still wet. If you expose this new name to the world prematurely, you invite others' opinions. And others' opinions are the acid that dissolves your magic. If you say, I decided that my entanglement is now called dead file, and explain this to someone, the person will say, oh, really? But he seemed so nice. Done. Doubt entered. The spell broke. You go back to square one, having to justify your own decision. Justification is the greatest enemy of your power. Those who have authority do not justify themselves. Those who institute a law do not apologize for it. When you apply your reality clause, I cannot go, bite your tongue before giving the explanation. The Sagittarius impulse will be to say, I cannot go because I am tired and have to wake up early, and cut the red wire. Stop at, I cannot go. Let the silence weigh in the room. Silence forces the other to deal with your edge. Explanation invites the other to negotiate your edge. In this Mercury in Scorpio transit, mystery is not charm, it is shielding. Let people wonder what you are doing. Let them speculate why you changed. Let doubt work for them, not against you. While they spend energy trying to decipher your silence, you are using all your energy to build your new reality. Operational silence is the sound of execution. It is the zero noise of a machine that works perfectly. From now on, your success does not need an audience. It needs containment. Speak the name to the system, the universe, and to no one else. You instituted the name, you defined the clause, you kept operational silence. The code has been entered into the terminal. Now you watch the screen. How do you know the operation worked? How do you know reality accepted your new definition? The system responds, and it responds fast. Mercury in Scorpio is not about blind faith. It is about immediate feedback. When you get the syntax of your life right, when you exchange the vague myth for the precise order, reality reconfigures itself around that order. You don't need to believe in the open door. You see it open. There are 3 technical proofs that the true name has been accepted. The first proof is the appearance of the resource. Remember that ghost project you renamed to 90-minute task? The moment you define the scope, the missing resource appears. The email you had been waiting days for arrives 5 minutes after you set the work time. The book containing the exact answer falls into your lap. The tool you needed goes on sale. This is not luck. It is precision magnetism. Before, the resource didn't come because it had nowhere to land. Dreams do not have a delivery address. Tasks with dates do. The universe is an efficient logistics system. It only delivers the goods when the order has a zip code. The second proof is the removal of noise. When you baptize that confusing relationship dead file or chess game, something curious happened. Silence. The person stopped sending random messages. The drama that seemed inevitable dissolved. The invitation to the event that was going to drain your energy was cancelled. Why? Because you cut the food supply. Noise feeds on your indecision. While you called it something complicated, you were emitting a signal of I am available for confusion. By naming it dead file, you cut the signal. The system understands that that channel has been closed and redirects traffic. The sudden peace is not abandonment. It is a clearing of the track. The third proof, and the most impressive, is time distortion. Under the rule of the myth, everything took a long time. I am trying to solve this is a sentence that can last 10 years. Under the rule of the true name, time collapses. What you thought would take a week to do, now that it has a name and a clause, you resolve in 40 minutes. The difficult conversation you dreaded lasts 3 minutes and ends in a hug or a firm handshake. Efficiency is Scorpio's signature. The shortest path between 2 points is the truth. When you remove the story and keep the fact, you gain speed. Do not romanticize these signs. Do not call it a miracle. Call it syntax validation. You typed the right code and the safe opened. In the next few hours, pay attention. If you named correctly, the world will seem strangely cooperative. The green lights will turn on in sequence. The right person will cross your path at the exact time. When this happens, do not be amazed. Do not tell anyone. Remember operational silence. Just give a slight nod to yourself. It is the silent recognition of the one in command. Name accepted, path clear. This is how one lives, not reacting to chaos, but dictating the frequency. We have reached the final door. You have swept the myths, identified the ghost objects, defined the clauses, and observed the proofs. The system is ready. Now we need to run the executable. This is the naming seal. Do not think of this as a ceremony. Ceremonies are long and ask for an audience. Think of this as a contract signing. It is the moment your intention stops being a file in the cloud and becomes a physical document on Earth. The protocol is designed to last exactly 60 seconds. Mercury in Scorpio does not ask for time. It asks for depth. 1 minute of absolute truth is worth more than an hour of vague intentions. You will need a piece of paper and a pen. Do not do this in your phone's notes app. The phone is the place of distraction. Paper is the place of record. Ink is the first materialization of your decree. Sit down. Breathe deep once, releasing the air as one releases the weight of the myth carried until now. Write today's date, November 19th. Below it, you will write a single sentence. This sentence contains the entire code we built: the object, the new name, and the clause. The syntax is this: I name old situation as new power name under the condition of clause. Practical example: I name my scary debt as Project Zero under the condition of paying the minimum amount by Friday. I name my love entanglement as dead file under the condition of total silence for 30 days. I name my book idea as writing session under the condition of 20 minutes daily without a phone. Write slowly, feel the weight of the pen on the paper. You are rewriting the source code of your immediate reality. As soon as the period touches the paper, the contract is drafted. Now we need to sign. The signature is your voice. Aloud, even if it is a whisper, if you cannot speak loudly, but there must be sound, read what you wrote. A single time. Do not read with doubt. Do not read like someone asking please. Read as a judge reads a sentence, read as an architect reads a blueprint. It is a statement of fact. I name. Upon hearing your own voice institute the new reality, you will feel a physical click. It could be a shiver, a relief in the shoulders, or butterflies in the stomach. That is the sound of the door opening. The system accepted the command. Now, the golden rule of the operation: immediate execution. Do not put the paper away and go to sleep. The spell needs earth. It needs a physical movement to lock the mechanism into place. In the seconds following the speech, do an action that corresponds to the new name. a tiny action. If it is Project Zero, open the banking app and check the balance. If it is dead file, delete the number or archive the text thread. If it is writing session, open the blank document and write the title. Just that. One gesture. This gesture proves to the universe that you are not playing around. You named it and you occupied it. Done. The paper can be kept in your wallet, burned, or left on the table. The paper was just the vehicle. The naming now lives in you. The rite is done. The name is given. Reality has no other choice but to obey the new definition. The operation is complete. The code has been rewritten. You entered this day, November 19th, living in the myth, surrounded by nameless objects and leaking energy. You leave it with a clean inventory, with defined clauses, and with the naming seal activated. Understand the identity shift that happened here. From now on, your mouth no longer serves to explain your life to others. It serves to institute your reality. When you speak, you are not asking for permission. You are issuing coordinates. The true name is the oldest and most efficient technology in existence. By using it, you stopped fighting with chaos and started ordering it. You will notice in the coming hours and days that reality behaves differently around you. People will feel the shift in your frequency. Where before they saw doubt, now they feel a solid edge. They will respect your name because you respected it first. Maintain operational silence. Do not dilute your power by telling others about the right. Let the results speak. Let the open door be the proof. You took back control of the system. The operation was a success. The code is active.